Stoked.
We're on the final days of this trip with my mate Mika. If you've missed the last 3 episodes, head back and check out the action. There's been some animals hit the deck. Goats, pigs, foxes, Chital, and we've both had some big stag encounters.
He's a perfect eater.
Will the big stag drop? Will Mika get his first deer down? Strap in, this one's an absolute cracker. And smack that subscribe button, hit the notifications, as I've also recently taken a beast of a red stag.
Are you kidding?
That you will not want to miss when I drop that one in a few episodes. Alright, let's get into it.
Fucking got one.
Man, that wind's pretty strong.
Strong wind, eh?
It's good.
You gonna get your stag this morning?
Oh, I still feel like crying. I hope so. That's the only way I'm not going to be angry at myself.
Alright, good luck.
Thank you.
See you on the battlefield. Mika had the stag at 15 metres yesterday, and it went to feed, quartering away with its head down. And as he drew, it spooked, so he's devoed. But pretty sick experience anyway. It's the closest he's been. Alright, I'm gonna head along this track a bit and drop straight in the bush. I left a little bit earlier this morning. It's a stag calling just ahead of me. Got the excitement going. Right on top of this next ridge. Wind's really strong, so now my plan's already changed. I'm dropping left and going right. I was going to just cut across from here.
The stag I was chasing as the sun rose had quietened down and I couldn't locate him, but it wasn't long before I was onto a pig. I saw it feed behind this bush and stop, so I began sneaking in across the open ground.
I'm not going to shoot it, but I'm going to catch a piglet. See how close we can get. I'm only like 10 metres now. I couldn't shoot it. There'll be some future boars. Oh, I think it's right there. And then I just spooked deer up off the corner of the property. Should have kept going. Oh, that's pretty cool. I was like 2 metres from that pig with his little sucklings. With her little sucklings, but yeah, some deer just ran off over there, but that's the fence boundary, so I'm just gonna work my way along the edge and see if I'm running into a boar or a stag on the way back.
Meanwhile, Mika had opened the account for the day.
I was in the bush in this thick wattle. I could hear something moving around, but it sounded too loud to be deer. Thought it could have been a ginger, and then heard a bunch of grunting. So snuck in just over here. That little guy was just in here, this long stuff, and I got a little opening about 5 meters. Pumped one through his chest. I just picked him up. He didn't go anywhere. I picked him up and put him here just now. There's 2 bigger ones with him, that black and white spotty one. Christian and I both saw yesterday. And another brown one. And the black and white spotty one sort of charged me after I shot this little guy. I was trying to knock another arrow, and right at the last second it changed directions. I'm going to go have a look for it now.
The day had started to warm up, so after chasing that pig, I headed into the fringing country to just try and see if anything was just slowly feeding back in to bed up for the day.
I just, the wind this way. So I was trying to come across and I was going to diagonal back through the bush to look for that velvet stag that bumped me off state. And as I was coming in, like 2 meters in, he just got up from this tree. Oh, spewing. So you can see there's that tree there, one in the background there, and those 3 there. We've got this one here.
Besides bumping that one velvet stag, it was very quiet up my end, and I was wondering how Mika was going.
As if the million mozzies aren't bad enough. 7:15. Sun will be pretty high, but it's overcast this morning. Myself a little spot to lean on. I'm going to sit here for a while and look into the wind, and hopefully something comes in from that top corner of the property. Been sitting here waiting to see if anything had come in for a while. Just went to get up. The ants are feasting on what's left of my arrows.
Well, I've pulled the pin. It's up to Mika now. Oh, I can't even pick my hat up. Let's go back to the car, the shack.
It had been a big 3 days in the bush, and I was at that point where I wasn't even hunting anymore. So I headed back and got in the shade. It was friggin' hot.
Bows away. Didn't get a stag. Done like 42 Ks in 3 days and I'm fried. Super hot. Just at the end of November. But yeah, Mika's still out there, so hopefully he got his first deer or a stag. It'd be sick.
I just bumped a big mob for the second time. Getting impatient and tired, but although there's not much, pretty hard to see them in there before they're on deer.
I've just woken up. How did you go? What happened?
Oh, I'm wrecked. I saw some chital like on the edge of this thick stuff and followed them into it early.
Yeah.
And I could hear movement like real close. And I was like, oh, I'm on here. Fuck, it's gonna happen. And then I was like, oh, I hope it's not you. I was like, and then I was like, nah, it's way too noisy to be deer. And then I could hear these pigs grunting. I was like, oh. Didn't really even want to shoot them, but I was like, they're right there. There's this little black one like 5 meters away. I just smoked it.
Yeah, sick.
And then that black and white spotty one from yesterday and a big brown one and a bunch of small black ones are all just gone berserk, running around. And then I'm trying to knock another arrow, and the black and white one just comes like hooking in at me, and I was like, stretching. Got it drawn, and it just spun and then ran away from me. But after all that commotion, I didn't really. That was it for the morning for me. I bumped a few more deer, and that was about it.
I was the same. I tried to hand catch a pig and it made so much noise that I think I scared everything. And then I looked up and I just saw Chital just go off the corner onto the bushland. I was like, oh, now I've just scared the deer off the property. So that's good.
That was me this morning.
Bacon, eggs, and we're out of here.
Well, that's not entirely true because Mika decided to stay on, and boy did it pay off.
Just spotted a black boar off in the distance. The wind's really swirly, but just try and walk in, see how close I can get. Is that sow of yours, Ginger? She's only got one little sucker left. Something must have happened to the other ones. Shame. I was going to try and get you a pet, but they're moving a bit quick and my back's a bit fucked. I just bumped a big mob of them in this thick stuff. They're probably only 20 away. Yeah, they just took off. It's cool to see all their prints in the fresh, wet soil. But they pulled up like 40 metres away and then they just walked off. Slowly, I couldn't get a shot because it was through that. But I reckon they didn't go very far, so the wind's good. I'll see if I can get closer to them again. Fucking got one. I just knocked another arrow in case he went anywhere. He went about less than 10 metres. Got him from 30. I saw him at 50. I saw his feet. I was up there. Saw his feet down here. He was just feeding along. Snuck in. Took me probably half an hour to get a shot. All that shit in the way. The wind was swirly, but I managed to keep it together. There he is, just a little fella, but first one. Fucking stoked. I blew it on a really good stag the other day. Lost a bit of sleep over, but just made up for it with this little guy. Pretty stoked. First one. Frothing. Put a fair bit of effort in. A lot of effort in, actually. Stoked it's finally paid off. First one I haven't blown.
If you haven't been watching along, Mika's back has been fused together and he was coming out of a pretty dark time in his life. But Mika still isn't able to lift for 4 months, so he had to put the deer in a sheet and drag it to a spot where he could get access with the car. He then used a ratchet strap to lift it up into the back of the ute, and then once back at the house, he needed to be able to clean the deer. So I texted him this idea I had.
Should work, eh? Oh, it's working. Success. Yo!
In my opinion, nothing beats Chital. The meat is just delicious. And we're stoked because we've booked another trip back in here soon, so make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss out. But next week, we are heading back to a different property. I'm with another mate and we're chasing fallow. It was an epic time, and I also got into a new hobby, looking for sapphires.
Yeah, we've got a little light sapphire.
There's this and much more coming, so yeah, click subscribe. I'll see you then.
We're on again. Another 3 blues and a little red. So they're today's finds. On top. Oh, it's got good colour too. Woo-hoo-hoo.